this app poses a very unique threat. This isn't a ban about all social media. It is unique to TikTok. And this comes as up to 19 states have now taken action to ban TikTok from state devices and networks as well. So I think the tide is moving out on TikTok, and it's doing so at an accelerating clip. And that's a very good thing.
And that was FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr with me earlier this morning on the alarm that the Chinese-owned app TikTok has sparked. This as members of Congress are moving to ban the app from U.S. government devices over national security threats. Joining us right now is Wisconsin Congressman, House Armed Services Committee member, House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee member, and House Intelligence Committee member Mike Gallagher. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. You are the incoming head of the so-called China Select Committee. I want to get your take on China and your TikTok legislation on the table this week under the House Omnibus bill.
Well, you had a clip from FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr. He said that this is digital fentanyl, that TikTok is digital fentanyl. I think that's an apt comparison for at least two reasons. One, it's highly addictive and destructive. There's a new study out last week that shows accounts set up for 13-year-old girls are pushing eating disorder and self-harm content within 30 minutes. It's also digital fentanyl in the sense that ultimately, just like the precursors for fentanyl go back to China, this is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. The CCP effectively controls ByteDance. The editor-in-chief of ByteDance is a CCP secretary who said he vowed that all product lines, all business lines would follow appropriate political control. And of course, ByteDance owns TikTok. And if you want evidence about the pernicious impact of that ownership structure, look at the interview that the head of public policy for TikTok did yesterday with Jake Tapper, where Tapper asked him very fair questions about the genocide of Uyghur Muslims in China. And he refused to answer. He clearly got upset. And so we need to ask ourselves whether we want to give the Chinese Communist Party the ability to selectively edit the news on what is quickly becoming the most powerful media company in America. I think the answer is no. So this government ban is a good first step. And now every Democrat in the Senate, at least, is on record as saying it's a national security threat. We need the broader ban as the next important step.
Well, I want to ask you the broader issues around China, which we've talked about so much. As I mentioned, you're going to be the chairman of this new Congressional Select Committee on China, and your focus on U.S. investments in the communist country and how so many U.S. investors are, pushing back on fossil fuel companies and petroleum products, and yet they're perfectly fine investing in communist China and perfectly fine expanding the funding the expansion of communist China. What is the motivation here for the CCP? You've got fentanyl coming into America on a regular basis. Its underlying components are made in China. You've got TikTok, a Chinese-owned company, spewing out propaganda. You've got TikTok also surveillance programs in place. The China committee is also looking at things like Sequoia funding China. I'm told that a member of the Politburo is pretty much in charge at Sequoia, even though Sequoia has told me Neil Shen runs Sequoia China. But this is quite concerning. What can you do about it?
Well, to your earlier question, what is the motivation for the Chinese Communist Party? Their motivation, if you just read what Xi Jinping has talked about for the better part of the last decade, is to succeed where the Soviet Union failed, to perfect the model of total party control, techno-totalitarianism, and export that model not only domestically around the country, export the Xinjiang model, if you will, but increasingly export it around the world. And look at what they've done with the COVID protests. If that's what they'll do to their own citizens, imagine what they do to a foreign country if given the chance. What they do to Taipei if they took over Taiwan would make Xinjiang look like Club Med. So that's their goal. The goal for these investors is, of course, to make as much money as possible, regardless of the harm to national security. And I think the ESG hypocrisy is what drives Americans crazy. These same people that are lecturing us about environmental investing, about climate change, don't recognize that when it comes to the E, the S, and the G, probably the worst offender in the world on all of those is the Chinese Communist Party. And if the G stands for anything, it should stand for genocide. So I think we need to ask whether we want American taxpayer dollars and retirement dollars, right? Because a lot of this is state and local pension funds being invested in Chinese military modernization and communist genocide. We don't want the health, the retirement health for millions of Americans and trillions of dollars to be dependent on China's military success and success in building things, in some cases, that are designed to kill Americans in a future conflict. So we have to ask tough questions to a lot of our major asset managers, and we need that to understand why they continue to 10x their investments in China while at the same time going after American businesses.
What about venture capital? Are you going to subpoena people at Sequoia?
If they don't cooperate, then yes, we won't hesitate to use our subpoena power at all. And again, the goal is not to antagonize American business. It's to understand why, for example, they don't price in the risk of a kinetic confrontation with China over Taiwan, why that's viewed as a distant tail risk at best. I think another area where we need to ask hard questions is when it comes to people who manage university endowments, tax-advantaged entities that have enormous exposure to China. I think they should not be allowed to invest at least in key technological and military sectors in China. And then, of course, we need to harmonize all these various lists we have out there, the CCMC list, we have all these export control lists. We need to make sure that our Treasury Department and our Commerce Department have the resources and tools necessary to actually enforce those lists so we have a coherent framework for controlling technology outflows as well as capital outflows to China. The most pernicious or most difficult aspect is when it comes to data, right? It's really the Wild West when it comes to cross-border data flows right now. The TikTok issue has finally put it on the radar, but we really have no regulatory structure when it comes to the fact that China's sucking up all our data, and this is a non-reciprocal arrangement. They don't give, U.S. businesses operating in China the same latitude. Really, really good points. And on the endowments that are investing in communist China, you're right. They don't even pay taxes. So you're looking at endowments and these nonprofits that are making money on China and not paying taxes on it. Real quick, you just talked about the Treasury and the Commerce Department. This administration is doing nothing in terms of stopping communist China and its bad behavior. They canceled the China Initiative earlier this year. That was the one tool we had to actually identify the surveillance and the intellectual property theft. Why? Why did they cancel it? Well, I think there's a fundamental contradiction in this administration, and it really creates confusion in our China policy. There are those, foremost among them, John Kerry, but there are many others in the administration who believe the existential challenge of our time, and that's how the national security strategy puts it, is climate change, and therefore we must have a more cooperative relationship with China. That's nonsense. We need to get realistic before it's too late. So in other words, we're supposed to believe that the Chinese Communist Party is going to do anything serious about climate change? They're the biggest polluter on the planet. Yeah, that Xi Jinping cares about the documents that are signed at COP27. It's naive utopian nonsense. It reflects a profound misunderstanding of how the geopolitical world works. Congressman, thanks very much. We will be watching your work at that Select Committee on China. Mike Gallagher joining us this morning.